Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, the channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I'm just gonna say it, I absolutely hate these people. I know the standard is that this is just what politicians do. It's the world of politics. But I have a very hard time accepting that as just a baseline standard. I just cannot stomach the lies, the double standard, and the bias. Democrats are currently doing a media tour addressing the Joe Biden document scandal, and the things that they're saying, I mean, you just cannot get this disingenuous. It's frustrating. It actually hurts my brain to listen to these people speaking. I hate them, and I mean that absolutely literally. And what I'm really wondering is, how do actual unironic CNN and MSNBC viewers watch this stuff and not get repulsed? Accept this as basic reality. Oh, Democrats are just doing what they gotta do to protect themselves and their president. I just don't understand the copium, the justification, frankly how anybody can justify supporting the Democrat Party in its current state. To support this level of dishonesty is really something else. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean in two of the most viral moments on CNN this week. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so let's first start off with little Chucky boy Schumer. Chuck Schumer loses it on CNN after being pressed on Biden's classified documents scandal. Take a look at this.
Public statements earlier this week offered an incomplete narrative about the classified documents from Biden's time as vice president, reinforced the need for a special counsel. The misleading statements created the impression that Biden's team had something to hide. That doesn't sound that much different than the former president.
John, there's now a special prosecutor. Let's see what they have to say. We can have all this speculation and comment. Let's see what they have to say, and let's focus on doing things that help the American people.
But Senator, I have to say this. You seem much more measured about this than with the Trump documents, because you call for transparency with the Trump documents. You wanted lawmakers to have access to the documents seized from the former president, his residence in Florida, which it seems like you...
Bottom line is, I said that night, it's premature to comment on what should be done.
And I stick by that.
Yes, for President Trump. That's exactly right.
You think that your statements are consistent for both?
I sure do.
For both.
You bet.
Okay.
So you said the president has fully cooperated, and there's no indication that he and the White House have not. But there is a real question about transparency and what the American people deserve.
The prosecutors will get to the bottom of this, and let's let them do it, for God's sakes. I know you all want to buzz around and all of that, but
let me buzz for a minute. Okay, let me buzz for 1 minute, and I promise we'll get on to something else.
Hold on, it's not just us buzzing around. You're the Democratic head of the Senate. This is a really important issue. It's not just buzzing around. This is serious stuff.
And if there were no special prosecutor, there would be, you might have a different thing to say, but there is.
Now, even when faced with your own quote, you double down, and you expect people to take you seriously. As if little Chucky Schumer's being fair to both parties. Give me a friggin' break. When it was Donald Trump, it was a national security concern. He should cooperate fully and all documents should be handed over, disclosed and investigated. With Joe Biden, all of a sudden, it's a hands-off approach. Oh, well, we don't have all the facts. We don't know exactly what documents he's in possession of. We don't understand the facts here. So I'm going to refrain from making any judgment. Yeah, you know why we don't have all the facts? Because Joe Biden is a friggin' liar, and him and his team have been trying to distort the facts ever since this Biden document scandal started. And that's why it continues to get worse for the Bidens, because they continue to lie, they continue to mislead, they continue to try to hide something. But the truth keeps coming out. Well, would you look at this? More classified documents found in private library at Joe Biden's Delaware home. Yeah, that's why we don't have the facts, little Chucky boy Schumer, because Joe Biden is being very, very dishonest, very shady, hiding the truth, hiding something, and these documents keep popping up. He was going on and on 2 days ago about the respect that he has for these documents and that he wouldn't just have them laying in the street, ha ha ha, funny joke, you old kook. Ironically enough, now documents keep popping up everywhere, in his closet, in his garage next to his Corvette at the Biden Penn Center. Pretty soon we're going to be finding documents in his bathroom, in his kitchen, in his attic, at his cottage home, at a hotel room that he stayed at one time and just left the documents there. And if you think that's the end of Joe Biden's dishonesty, we're now learning that the initial reports might have actually been inaccurate, and Joe Biden was actually in possession of much more top secret classified documents than previously thought. That initial comparison comparison between him and Donald Trump, which never really stood up to scrutiny in the first place, well, it's another Democrat narrative that's crumbling. Oh, well, Joe was just caught in possession of a couple documents. It's looking like a lot more than just a couple documents now, but that doesn't stop these Democrats from being the most dishonest political gremlins on the planet. Here's CNN once again pressing another top Democrat on the issue, this time dishonest Pramila Jayapal.
He must be held accountable to the full extent of the law. Should President Biden be held to that same standard? I mean, you said President Trump stole the classified documents and put our national security at risk. Isn't it possible that President Biden is putting our national security at risk also?
I absolutely think that is why the Department of Justice has appointed the special counsel. But again, I would just point to the fact that these documents, so far that we know, what we know is that they were kept in a locked place that was a very small number. And, I don't know how important these are. They might be incredibly important. They were marked top secret. But the storage and the approach to this is completely different. That doesn't mean that there isn't a problem here. And certainly there's a political problem for all of us as Democrats. But I do think that there are significant differences. And I do think it's important to look at the fact that this president is cooperating completely with the investigation. He is not obstructing. He is not saying that this is a witch hunt. He is not doing any of those things. In fact, it is his Department of Justice that has appointed a special counsel who was appointed under Trump and who Republicans, and who was confirmed unanimously in the Senate, and who Republicans and Democrats both respect. So there are significant differences.
Are they seriously still going with this bogus narrative that actually there's a clear distinction between Joe Biden's possession of the documents and Donald Trump's? Is she seriously going to go down the route that Joe Biden was more responsible in his handling of these documents, that they were locked up? That is possibly the worst argument you could try to make, and it shows that these people have no integrity, have no idea what they're talking about, and are just lying to save face. Joe Biden kept the documents locked in his garage, just laying around in his garage and in his private office at his Delaware home. Pretty sure that Joe Biden's garage isn't a satisfactory, armored, reinforced, well-guarded security compartment for classified information. It's his garage. Meanwhile, we know this narrative to be completely bunk because Donald Trump did actually have the classified documents in an inspected security room with multiple locks that were suggested to him by the Records Administration. Donald Trump actually made the federal government aware that he was holding these documents. They knew that he was holding these documents. He declassified these documents. There's no evidence to suggest that Joe Biden declassified anything. I mean, he doesn't even have the authority to do so. And not only that, but Donald Trump was holding these documents behind significant security measures following the Records Administration protocol. And Pramila Jayapal knows this. She's just a flat-out liar, just like her boss Joe and her other boss, Little Adam Schiffy, yet she continues to spew this nonsense rhetoric, these lies, because that's what these Democrat politician goons do. She then goes on to suggest that, well, actually, we don't know all the facts here, and probably, based on no evidence whatsoever, by the way, she says, the documents that Joe Biden is in possession of, while labeled top secret, might not really be that consequential. It might not be a big deal, even though the reports that we have so far is that he's holding documents that are marked as top secret, classified, related to Ukraine, Russia, and Iran. No big deal. And the reports that we have of Donald Trump's documents that he declassified, we have the memorandum, are mostly revolving around Crossfire Hurricane. That illegal shadow attempt coup to unseat him as president, that psyop. Hillary Clinton and the DNC trying to politicize the FBI, the FISA courts, using a British and Russian spy to fabricate evidence to do so. That little insignificant part of American history. Yeah, Donald Trump wanted to declassify documents that were relevant to uncovering massive corruption within the federal government, a shadow underground plot to take him down. He's holding these documents because of self-preservation, because he has actual intentions of standing up to the corruption of the deep state. Not exactly the same thing as Joe Biden and his family selling influence to the highest foreign bidder, then being caught with classified information involving all of those countries. I hate these people, and I say it literally, and I don't get how people can watch CNN, how people can watch MSNBC, and take this stuff seriously. Uninformed, ignorant, whatever it is, really there's no excuse. to be okay with constantly being lied to and treated like an idiot. These people treat you as if you're stupid and not paying attention, and you continue to support them. It is baffling. Oh, actually, kind of relevant, but not really. Anyways, just take a look at this clip.
The best way to oppose fake news is for people to watch outlets like MSNBC, where you report real news all the time.
Am I stupid? I don't think so, but apparently Ted Lieu thinks I'm stupid. Apparently Pramila Jayapal thinks I'm real stupid, and so does little Adam Schiff. Of course they know that I'm not, but they certainly do think very low of the average Democrat voter's intellect and ability to research and think critically. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.